Boys, it's been a while. Been a minute since I've made a video. I have been moving. I've been not using my brain at all. And today we've got some bad news. Chris Carson is officially retiring because of his neck injury. Let me pull up the tweet real quick. We got it right here. Ian Rappaport. Chris Carson's retiring due to the neck injury. However, some good coming out of this is that the Seahawks are releasing him under a failed physical, so he's going to get millions of dollars in injury protection benefits. Good for him. Like, this is good because let me show you this picture right here. Do you want to see a man with this going on in his neck play? Do you want to see this be on the field? I know I didn't. I was almost going to make a video like June 10th. You can see the date on the tweet. June 10th, I was going to make a video saying he needs to retire, like, immediately. Like, I could not possibly watch Chris Carson play knowing that this is what's going on in his neck. And even though it sucks, you want to see a player be able to play as much as they can, do as much as they can for the team, make as much money as possible. It is definitely the right thing that Chris Carson is retiring right now, because this is not something you want to mess with. You know, I mean, he made $10 million, I believe. His total career earnings is $9,473,000. He's going to get millions from the injury protection benefits. So he's over $10 million throughout his career. You know, of course, taxes are taking that, but he's made money. He's made good money. He's probably going to be able to stay around the sports world and get some pretty solid money doing something football related. But, you know, you look at this and you're like, how could you possibly want to see this man on the field? Like, that is such a risk. Like, we all know what happened to Ryan Shazier. One bad hit. Like, it wasn't even like a horrible looking hit. Like, it was a normal hit and he just crumpled. And he was like, what, somewhat paralyzed, I believe. Like, I could not imagine watching that happen to Chris Carson. I'm so glad that I won't have to even think about it happening because he's retiring. It's sad to see him go, and I'm super appreciative for what he's done for the team, because he's like the only good running back that we had other than Marshawn Lynch, or after Marshawn Lynch, other than Thomas Rawls, who had one good season. Chris Carson came in, 7th-round pick. Like, literally, what was he, like, second to last pick or something like that? He came in and he actually put in work. And, I mean, we got 5 good years out of him. He made $10 million. I mean, you would have liked to see him stay more healthy as a player, but I'm just glad that, you know, nothing bad's going to happen. And I'm happy to see the reaction on social media for it. No one's like, oh, the Seahawks paid him last year and now he's never going to play again. And, oh, he never could stay healthy. Like, people are being very respectful. Like, this is good for him. Like, it's good that the Seahawks did what they did, giving him the extra money and the protections and all that because of, like, how they let him go. And it's good that he's not going to be paralyzing himself trying to play an extra season. He's going to get his money. I mean, he's made some decent money. And I'm glad people are just respecting him for what he did and not hating on him for being an injury-prone player or something like that. And, I mean, the Seahawks obviously knew that this was going on. I mean, we saw the x-rays on June 10th. The Seahawks definitely knew this was going on way before, and the severity of it. So that's definitely why we ended up drafting Kenneth Walker. So the Kenneth Walker pick in this year's draft makes a million times more sense. And, I mean, this draft class is a 10 out of 10 for the Seahawks. Like, I don't really see any issue. Bo Melton completely dunked on somebody in their, like, meetings the other day. And it's like, I mean, I'm happy with the draft class. You know, this is just... You know, even Kenneth Walker was trending for a little bit on Twitter because people are like, okay, this makes a lot more sense for the pick. It kind of sucks that a lot of the Seahawks players that people like develop a connection towards and end up liking seem to always kind of retire early. Like, Doug Baldwin wasn't even 30 when he retired. Cam Chancellor was young when he retired. I mean, Chris Carson, not his fault, but he's retiring early. It's sad, but I think, you know, we go into the season, we got Kenneth Walker, Rashad Penny. I think we're in a pretty decent spot when it comes to the run game. But I'm definitely happy that Chris Carson's not going to hurt himself. It's sad to see him go. I love Chris Carson, you know, multiple year, 1,000-yard rusher. I mean, he was a very good running back for us. I don't think anybody can hate on him. Like, people would hate on him because he would get injured. It's like, oh, Chris Carson's injured again. Like, what are we paying this guy for? But, I mean, it's... At that point, it's out of your control. Like, you can't hate on Chris Carson because his body just couldn't hold up. Like, you saw him putting in the work. You saw him doing training every offseason. It's just, there are some things you can't control, and it's unfortunate, but I still love Chris Carson as a player. I mean, He's a fantastic guy. I mean, every interview I've seen of him, he's super respectful, super nice guy. Him and Rashad Penny had like this super close bond, which is really cool. Like there was no ill will between Chris Carson and someone who might have possibly taken his starting spot. It's like Chris Carson was a good guy. He was a good player, and it's just unfortunate that injuries just would not let him play football. But I mean, he's getting his money. He's staying safe. I think this is overall the most beneficial thing that could have come from this overall situation. I did not want to see Chris Carson try to get back onto the field. That would have I would have not been able to watch it. But overall, I mean, it's a sad day, but I guess you can't be too upset because Chris Carson is safe. That's really all you want. But let me know down below in the comments what you think about this. Hopefully, I'll be able to be a little bit more active. There's some things I want to talk about, but I guess this is a good excuse for me to come back and start talking again. But I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Best of luck to everything Chris Carson is going to be doing in the future. And yeah, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day.